Have you ever wondered why you're suddenly wide awake at 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling while the rest of the world is fast asleep? Maybe you've tossed and turned, checked the clock, and thought, what's wrong with me? If that's you, you're not alone. And this video is about to change everything. I used to think those early wake-ups were just bad luck, or a sign I was doomed to be a zombie all day. But then I dug into it, and wow, there's so much more going on. It's not random, it's not your fault. And it's way more common than you'd guess, especially as we get older. Stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'm unpacking 5 surprising reasons this keeps happening to you or someone you care about. Plus, I'll throw in some easy fixes you can try tonight to take back your sleep. Trust me, by the end, you'll look at those 3 a.m. moments totally differently. Let's dive in. Your rest depends on it. Today, we're tackling something that's been a total mystery for so many of us. Why do older adults, maybe you, your parents, or your grandparents, keep waking up around 3 a.m. and can't drift back off? It's frustrating, right? You're lying there, the house is silent, and your brain's like, nope, we're up. I'm here to break down 5 eye-opening reasons this happens as we age, show you what's really going on inside your body and mind, and here's where it gets good. Hand you practical solutions you can start using tonight to sleep better. I've spent years researching sleep science, chatting with experts, and even testing this stuff myself. So these aren't fluffy tips. They're the real deal, as backed by what actually works. Picture this. Instead of dreading those wake-ups, you'll understand them. Maybe even feel a little proud of what your body's trying to tell you. We're talking hormone shifts, sneaky health stuff, and even your daily habits, all playing a role in those pre-dawn alerts. And don't worry, I'm keeping it simple and fun. No boring lectures here. My goal, by the end of this video, you'll have a game plan to turn those restless nights into peaceful ones. Oh, and if you stick around, I've got a bonus hooked to another video that'll supercharge your sleep game. So grab a cozy spot, maybe a cup of tea, caffeine-free of course, and let's get into it. You ready? Here we go. Reason number 1, your body's melatonin is playing hide and seek. Ever notice how you used to sleep like a rock, but now you're waking up in the middle of the night for no obvious reason? Let's talk about my Aunt Linda. She's 67, loves her gardening, and always bragged about sleeping through anything. But a couple of years ago, she started waking up every night around 3 a.m., totally alert, wondering if she'd lost her sleep superpowers. She'd lie there, listening to the crickets, trying warm milk, counting sheep, even humming lullabies to herself, but nada. She was stumped. Here's what I found out when I dug into it for her. As we age, our bodies start skimping on melatonin, that awesome hormone that's like a sleep conductor for your brain. Back in your 20s or 30s, it flowed strong, keeping you knocked out for hours. Now, it's more like a flickering candle, and by 3 a.m., that flame's too weak to keep you snoozing. Linda didn't realize this, but even tiny things, like the glow from her alarm clock or a streetlight sneaking through the blinds, were making it worse, zapping what little melatonin she had left. It's not her fault, it's just biology shifting gears. So what can you do? I told her to make her room a sleep cave, pitch black, no exceptions. Blackout curtains, a sleep mask, the works. She also ditched her phone an hour before bed. Tough at first, since she loved her late night scrolling, and swapped it for a chill podcast. Oh, and she started sipping chamomile tea instead of her usual decaf coffee, just to ease her system down. Guess what? Within a week, those 3 a.m. wake-ups got less frequent, and when they did happen, she'd drift back off easier. It's not about fixing a broken you, it's about working with what your body's got. Try it out and let me know how it goes. Reason number 2, your internal clock is turning into an early bird. Okay, here's a question. Do you find yourself yawning by 8 p.m., ready to call it a night, but then you're wide awake before the sun even thinks about rising? That's exactly what happened to my neighbor Tom. He's 70, retired, and used to be the guy staying up past midnight watching action movies. Now, he's nodding off during the evening news, in bed by 9 p.m., and bam, 3 a.m. hits, and he's up, staring out the window like it's go time. At first, he thought he was losing it, but here's the scoop. It's called advanced sleep phase, and it's a total game changer as we age. Your internal clock, that little ticker that tells you when to sleep and wake, starts sliding forward. So you're wiped out earlier and done sleeping way before dawn. It's not insomnia or some sleep curse. It's your body saying, hey, I'm on early bird mode now. Tom noticed he'd crash after dinner, and by 3 a.m. his brain was like, we've had our 6 hours, let's roll. To shift this, I suggested he stretch his evenings a bit. He started taking a slow walk around the block after supper. Nothing crazy, just 15 minutes to breathe some fresh air. He also picked up a lightweight book, something fun like a mystery novel, to keep his brain humming past 8 p.m. And here's a cool trick. He'd call his buddy Mike for a quick chat, just to stay social and signal his body that the night's still young. Over a couple of weeks, his wake-ups crept closer to 5 a.m., which felt way more normal for him. It's not about fighting your rhythm, it's about nudging it to fit your life. Give it a shot. Maybe swap that early couch nap for something light and active. You might be surprised how much control you've got over that clock. Reason number 3, your body's sending you a wake-up call. Have you ever woken up at 3 a.m. with a stiff back, a twinge in your knee, or that sudden urge to dash to the bathroom? My dad's been there. He's 73, still pretty spry, but he started complaining about these random wake-ups a while back. He'd roll over, feel his shoulder ache, or realize his bladder was like, hey, now's the time. And that was it. Sleep over. He'd grumble about it over breakfast, saying, I guess this is just old age. But here's what's really up. As we get older, our bodies get chattier at night. Stuff like arthritis, a less stretchy bladder, or even side effects from meds can sneak in and poke you awake. For my dad, it turned out his blood pressure pills were the culprit. He'd take them at night, and they'd have him up peeing every few hours. He didn't connect the dots until I pushed him to track it. So he talked to his doc, shifted the dose to morning, and boom, fewer midnight bathroom runs. But it's not just that. Maybe you've got a sore hip from sitting too long, or you ate dinner too late, and now reflux is crashing the party. I told him to try a few things. Stretch gently before bed, maybe 5 minutes of easy leg lifts, and skip that extra glass of water right before lights out. He also propped his pillow a bit higher to ease the reflux. Now he's not waking up every night. And when he does, he's back out fast. It's not your body betraying you. It's just talking louder than it used to. Listen to it. Check your meds. Tweak your evening and give yourself some grace. Those 3 a.m. nudges might just be your cue to take better care of you. Reason number 4, your daily routine is throwing off the vibes. Extended to approximately 450 words. Let me ask you this. Has your day gotten quieter since you retired, slowed down, or just changed pace? My friend Sarah, she's 68, used to be a whirlwind. Work, kids, the whole chaos. But after retiring, she noticed her days got chill. She'd eat dinner at 5 p.m. sharp, watch some TV, and be snoozing in her recliner by 8:30. Then, like clockwork, 3 a.m. would roll around and she'd be up, wondering why she was staring at the dark like a night owl gone rogue. She'd laugh about it, saying, I guess I'm just old now. But here's the sneaky truth. When your routine shifts earlier, like eating sooner, winding down faster, or skipping the hustle of a packed day, your body takes the hint and starts the sleep train ahead of schedule. Sarah's quiet afternoons and early dinners were telling her brain, nighttime's here, way before the clock agreed. Plus, less action during the day, like no more chasing deadlines or grandkids, meant she wasn't building up enough sleep pressure to stay down all night. So I threw out some ideas. She started a late afternoon ritual, a 20-minute walk with her dog soaking in the sunset. She pushed dinner to 6:30 p.m. and added a little snack, think a handful of almonds before bed to keep her blood sugar steady. Oh, and she ditched the recliner naps for a cozy corner with a bright lamp and a crossword puzzle. Within days, her 3 a.m. wake-ups slid closer to 4:30, then 5. It's wild how much your daily vibe sets the stage for sleep. If your days feel too mellow, shake them up a bit. Move, eat later, stay engaged. Your body's craving a rhythm, and you've got the power to tune it just right. Reason number 5, your mind's got some late-night chats planned. Ever wake up at 3 a.m. and suddenly you're replaying your life like it's a Netflix drama? My grandma's been there. She's 79, widowed, and the sweetest lady you'll meet. During the day, she's busy with her knitting or chatting with her neighbor. But come 3 a.m., she'd wake up and her mind would take off. She'd think about her old teaching days, her late husband's goofy laugh, or the time she didn't call her sister back fast enough. It wasn't loud stress, just a quiet hum of memories and what-ifs keeping her up. She'd tell me, I don't know why my brain picks now to chat. Here's the deal. As we age, our minds get reflective, especially when life slows down. With fewer distractions like a job or a house full of kids, those emotions you tucked away start peeking out in the stillness. For Grandma, it hit harder after Grandpa passed. The quiet nights left room for her heart to wander. At first, she fought it, thinking she should just sleep through it, but I suggested she lean in instead. She started keeping a little notebook by her bed. Nothing fancy, just a place to scribble whatever popped up, like "Missed you today, Ed," or "Need to call Jenny." She also added a wind-down trick, 10 minutes of soft music, maybe some old jazz she loved to ease her mind before bed. Sometimes she'd even record a quick voice memo to her grandkids, little hellos to feel connected. Over time, those wake-ups got shorter, and she'd doze off again with a smile. It's not a flaw. It's your soul sorting through a rich life. If this is you, don't push it away. Try a journal, a calm playlist, or just a moment to breathe and say, "I hear you." Your mind's not the enemy. It's just asking for a little love. All right, there you have it. 5 big reasons you're waking up at 3 a.m. and some solid ways to tackle them. How cool is it to know your body and mind are still working hard, even if it's at the weirdest hours? But listen, none of this hits its full potential if your nighttime setup is off. Like, are you still scrolling TikTok till midnight or sleeping next to a buzzing phone? I've got you covered. I made a video all about killer nighttime routines that tie right into this. Think simple hacks to wind down, set the mood, and sleep deeper so those 3 a.m. wake-ups don't stand a chance. Click the link up here or in the description to watch it next. It's the perfect follow-up to lock in everything we've talked about today. Seriously, you'll wake up feeling like a champ instead of a zombie. Don't miss it. Your sleep's worth it. Oh, and while you're at it, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. I've got more goodies like this coming your way. Let's keep this sleep party going. So what hit you the hardest today? Was it the melatonin dip, that early bird clock, or maybe your mind's late night chit chat? Drop a comment below, say reason 2, or whatever stuck with you, and tell me one thing you're gonna try tonight to take back your sleep. I read every single one, and it fires me up to see how this stuff works for you. If this video flipped a switch for you, smash that like button. It's a huge high five to me and keeps the channel rolling. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and tap that bell. I'm dropping videos like this all the time to help you live better, sleep better, and just feel awesome. Share this with someone who's been grumbling about their 3 a.m. wake-ups. Your mom, your uncle, whoever. They'll thank you later. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You guys are the best part of this gig. Get some rest, try those tricks, and I'll catch you in the next one. Sweet dreams, or at least sweeter than last night. See ya.